On March 2025, Fish added C2, one of the worst updates in history, making every OG player quit. And then they bought back and fired Dubig, the company that bought Fish, and started removing all of Dubig's worst update on Fish. Except now, Fish has made a very controversial change. They really nerfed everything, including aquariums, which gave me quite a bunch of money, which is why I have so much money. To the point where I got the Nate Rod in literally 3 days. And now it only gives you this much cash, and this is actually only in 1 day. The developers stated that they wanted to balance out the game and make the currency in the game, just the money I have, more valuable. But in the end, it didn't work out because everyone was very mad. Not only just this, there's a very possible high chance that admin abuse might actually end, and the next couple admin abuses might be our last one. I actually know a really big update that Fish is going to be doing. Essentially, they're reworking every single rod in the game. I have early previews to this update, and at 400 likes, I'll actually be making a video showcasing these leaks. That definitely does not include girly boats and girly rod skins. But here's the thing, around this time of the year is when Fish got sold and started doing quite a bunch of pay-to-win updates. Now the Fish devs actually bought back their game, but could we see Fish go downhill once again? Thing is, they've been doing quite a bunch of updates that are very weird. Why would you nerf the aquarium and the values of the fish when they were already perfect? Why would you nerf a bunch of rods in the game that were already perfect? Why would you nerf all the islands that are perfect for grinding already and completely destroy them? Castaway Cliffs used to be really good. Crystal Cove used to be really good, but they nerfed the freaking heck out of it. A lot of things in the game is getting nerfed, and the more updates that Fish releases, the more they are going to nerf a bunch of other places, more islands, more rods, and by next update, you might start seeing the rods that you have in your inventory get nerfed. For example, if you use the Fang Rod, or if you use the Eidolon Rod, you might see these rods get absolutely nerfed. Because some of these rods are so OP in the game. Like, these are some of the best rods that I have, especially for something like admin abuse. As you can see, the bar is huge. And with how much nerfs Fish has been doing to the game and how much balancing they've been doing, there's a chance they might even cut that bar in half and make it so that there's no more huge bars so that you don't have an advantage during admin abuse anymore. Another very OP rod with the piercing enchant is the Eidolon Rod. Have a look at this enchant. It cuts the fish, the bar is huge, and it gets huge, which makes you quite a bunch of XP and gives you quite a lot of money. They might nerf that next update. Here's the thing with Fish. Right now, they want to bring back OG Fish. What do I mean by this? They want people to grind for their money. They want people to grind for their levels. Have you noticed that during admin abuse, they actually started decreasing the amount of levels you gain and the amount of money you gain? The reason for that is because people are leveling up way too quick and getting money way too quick, which is why they started releasing things like the black market. And in this update, which was the balancing update, it was quite, well, horrible. There's another thing that's very OP in the game. Jack's threads, or even these boots, they make you go very, very fast. The water bubble, which helps you not drown and actually have a bigger oxygen tank. What Fish is trying to do is they want to go through everything in the game, all the rods, the baits, every item you have in your inventory, and they're going to balance every single item within the game, and they're not going to buff even one single one of these items. They're going to nerf everything so that you gain less money and you gain money very slowly, as well as less XP, and you gain levels very slowly in order to make people actually grind Fish again. The thing is, when Fish does admin abuse, they actually get 1 million players each admin abuse, or sometimes a little bit less. But once admin abuse is over, player count is usually at 70,000 concurrent players or at 100,000. Fish wants to make the game really, really grindy again so that the player count actually stays at 900,000 when they are done doing admin abuse. And that's why they're nerfing a bunch of things in the game so that they make Fish as grindy as possible. Kind of like Blox Fruits. Blox Fruits is one of the most grindiest games on Roblox, which is why it's still popular after like 7 years of the game's release. Literally today, the game is still pretty popular. When it updates, they still get 1 million players and they still pull off a bunch of players. And Blox Fruits can actually maintain 300,000 concurrent players, whereas Fish kind of struggles with that sometimes. That's why the Fish devs are making Fish as grindy as possible, which is why they are nerfing everything in the game. So if you have a rod and you have a bunch bunch of very exclusive baits in your inventory. Use them before Fisch nerfs them, because once they nerf everything, well, the grinding process in Fisch is going to be very, very slow, and admin abuse will not be as fun as well. Grind as hard as you humanly possibly can with everything that you have in your inventory that's pretty OP before it's too late. You want to try to max out before it's too late, because getting to level 2000 will take you months once Fisch is done nerfing everything.